What up, fam? Hit that like, hit that subscribe. This is Philly Sports Unfiltered, talking Eagles, talking Saquon, talking NFL, talking Jerry Jones, talking Kyle Schwarber. We're talking it all. Let's go. Welcome in, everybody, to another edition of Philly Sports Unfiltered right here on A2D Radio. That's Tony Cutillo. I'm Tom Arnone. Everybody out there, welcome in. Let's talk about it. We'll do our unfiltered take it a week at the end of the show. Kyle Schwarber explodes. MLB The Show on Easy Talk tonight. 4 homers. Phillies respond after being embarrassed in New York. So we'll touch on that later on the show. Zach Bond disrespected on WIP. Shocking that WIP is disrespecting players. Shocking that that's happening. And our main topic at hand, Saquon Barkley wants to rewrite the NFL running back narrative, especially the running back narrative after you have a really good year or a great year. What that next year usually looks like or what people think it looks like. He's trying to rewrite that narrative. Ties into a poll question. Saquon Barkley will hit the over of 1,375 rushing yards this year. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, that's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcasts, we're there as well. Hit the like, subscribe, follow. Most importantly, we say it every show, baby. We say it every show. Join the conversation because there's a lot to go over, a lot to talk about. It's almost Dallas week. So, are you jazzed up? Are you ready to go? And to the poll, do you agree or disagree, Tone? Saquon Barkley will hit the over of 1,375 rushing yards this year.
I'm going to. This is an easy over to me, man. Like it's funny. I was going to do something completely different. Everybody's talking about. We're going to get into the Micah Parsons trade and things of that nature. But the thing about this Saquon number is, I look at a ton of futures, and this just opens up the conversation about how he's going to be used this year, what the offense is going to look like this year. And I'll be honest with you, before he came out with the discussion about, getting a little pissed off about the narrative that you're supposed to have a bad year because you had 300 plus touches the year before, it just said to me, you know what? This dude's so driven that even if he was going to take a step back, he's not now. Like, he's not. He's one of them dudes you keep peppering him with questions. He's like, all right, screw this, man. I'm just going to show everybody that I'm going to go pay this 1370. I can't believe this line hasn't moved. Over and under 1375 is futures. I think this was on FanDuel right now. It's a no-brainer to me. Like, it's like 1,500 or bust, Tom. Like, I don't see how this guy rushes for less than 1,500 yards if he stays healthy. I really don't.
Yeah, it's the easiest poll, if healthy, of all time. In my opinion, if healthy, which is the whole thing. You got 17 games. So, you're talking about averaging about 80 yards a game, 75 yards a game. Like, he'll do that on one run. So I'm not the least worried about this one. This is an easy agree. He'll hit that over of 1,375 rushing yards. He'll probably be in that ballpark at 1,500, I would assume, especially if healthy. So, but yeah, I agree to this one. I don't really buy into the stigma too much of like the year after you have a great year. Like, why can't you go have another great year? You still have the pieces in place here to have another great year. You still have the offensive line intact to go have another great year. You still have your skill position players intact to go have another great year. You still have a quarterback intact that can run the RPO with you and make linebackers have to freeze, which has been the whole game I talked about last August. So this we always talk about. This was DeAndre Swift and Jalen Hurts on steroids, baby. That's what this was. We knew that last August if he was healthy. So the only stigma he's got to like get over for the running backs of the world is that's that year after your monster year. Are you healthy? I think that's what gets guys more than having bad years. We say, oh, you had a bad year, but you weren't on the field, right? We're in a lot of these situations and scenarios. So it's the health. I mean, if there's a guy to be healthy, you assume it's him. You say, okay, 1,500, 17 games. Okay. And I still believe Will Shipley's probably going to rush for 600 or 700. So I think early on in the season, they're not going to give him Tone. They're not going to go belly 30 times a game, right? So I think they'll ease him into it. But again, he's so explosive on 15 carries a game on average, I think he goes over 1,375 rushing yards.
I was shocked, literally. Like I was on, and again, I know everybody says, look, the books are smarter than us, and I get it. Look, I'm a betting guy, but at the same time, I think they buy into the narratives themselves, right? So they're already thinking tough schedule, big numbers last year. Take a step back, but here's the thing: take a step back to me would be like 1,700 yards or something, not 1375.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's insane to me. So, especially with the way this offense is going to roll. So, yeah, I think this is a no-brainer. And I just think that, you know, just looking at this offense as a whole, yeah, obviously Jalen Hurts is the most important person, right? But the way this offense flows is 100% Saquon Barkley. And he's the energy behind that offense. He's the guy, like you said, man. Those linebackers, the way they have to key in on that running back just opens up everything else that we have. It's different if we were a team that had one receiver,
Yeah.
but no, we have three. You can't just worry about AJ. You got to worry about Devontae. Then you just got to worry about Dallas. Oh yeah, and that guy in the back. Yeah, when you add that extra linebacker up and that spy up, and then the other guy for Jalen, dude, it's unstoppable. It really is. So I'm so excited and so pumped that for this season. Can't wait for Thursday night, and then obviously it's I don't man, it just makes us laugh. Isn't it good to be an Eagles fan? Like, think about all the idiots in our division and what they've done, players that they let go. The Giants, you let go Saquon, who comes right to us. Your best player in Dallas, you just traded for a bag of marbles. Like, are you kidding me with that trade? That if that wasn't, bro, just get out of here. I don't want you anymore. Trade. I don't know what is. I mean, it's absolutely insane to get two first rounders that are probably going to be in the 20s. Probably going to be in the 20s. And then Jerry Jones comes out. We're going to be a much better team. Are you kidding me? Dude, whatever Jim Irsay was on, give that must be now to Jerry Jones because he's out of his mind.
Yeah, for sure. We talked about it last night, the ability to run the football, the ability for teams not to can't load the box because you can't lead these skill position players one-on-one because you'll get toasted that way. So it's really a pick your poison with this football team, which is amazing. It's really amazing the way they're set up and able to roll. That's why, again, that's why this is the best team in the NFL coming into the year because they're that good offensively and they're that good defensively too. So this is an easy one. It's an easy agree. And I don't like, in Dallas' situation, it could always be worse, right? I mean, I don't know why you're trading the guy anyway, so there must be extra shit going on there. And they obviously can't afford to give him that money. So in reality, you're going to either lose him or trade him, right? Your hands are almost tied, right? If it's like that, where you're either going to have to lose him because you can't afford to give him what he wants, right? As much as Jerry's an idiot, I get it. Like, get as much back as you can get then, and you got to move on then because you're never going to be able to afford it. And that's sort of where they're at. They have a lot of money invested in other areas where I think they're a little bit cap, right? Are they cap strong a little bit? I feel like they are. So, and yeah, 49 million a year is absurd. I mean, I love the guy. Guy's a stud, but he ain't 49.5 million. Nobody is because you need 11 guys on defense. You know what I mean? Like, he's good, right? And you got a game plan for him. I mean, he's not just good. He's a monster. But you get what I'm saying? Like, It's just one guy. I mean, in reality, yeah, you would say, hey, those picks are going to be in the 20s. And you got a year where, you got a year where Love goes down. You got a year where, whatever, somebody goes down and they get lucky and they get one in the top 5, right? Then, okay, but then he's got Micah Parsons again.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So you almost need, but again, okay, do you trust your staffs and your scouting departments to hit anywhere in the first round? If you do, I understand what you're doing if you can't afford to pay him. I get it. I would never trade the guy. I would figure it the hell out, but I get it in terms of that if you don't have any money. Like if you can only give him 30 million a year and he wants 19 million more, then what are you going to do? Let's let him walk? Holy shit, that's worse. That's actually worse. I mean, I wouldn't come out and say we're going to be a better football team that night. I wouldn't say that night, hey, we're going to be better. Like, you're going to be better. You just lost a 15 sack guy. What are you talking about? We're not going to be better this year. We might be better. We might be better 3 years from now, right, Tone? We might be better 4 years from now, maybe. But we sure as hell ain't better on paper walking out at AT&T freaking Stadium on Thursday Night Football, the season opener, to kick off the NFL season, and you traded arguably one of the best defensive players in all football. And you're going to tell people, hey, we're better.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand what Jerry Jones is talking about.
You guys see us?
He's telling himself that. You know, he's got to.
You can't come out and say we're going to be worse, right?
Right, exactly. That's like when people say, "Oh, listen, he said the guy's having a good camp." What's it going to tell you? He's having a bad camp? Like, you know, all these people just crack me up. By the way, that 1,375 rushing yard number, that's on FanDuel. Okay. And that's minus 120. But here you go. Here's a good one for all you betting people out there. When Tom was talking, I was looking this up. On DraftKings right now, you can get plus money if you want to take the over 14.25. I'm taking the over of 14.25.5. I give you plus money plus 110 because I'm going 1,500 a bust. That's like Greg said. I'm going 1,500 bucks. So that's a plus money bet, man, that you got to make, Tom. It's got to make that bet.
Absolutely. Tell one more thing. Kenny Clark also good football player, right? And he's good. He's good. He's not great.
He's good, but he's ancient.
Yeah, he's 29. I don't call that ancient. 29.
Listen, his prime's behind him, bro.
Is it? Every other year he goes to the Pro Bowl.
Defensive tackle.
Every other year he goes to the Pro Bowl. So,
yeah.
Every other year.
Come on. Think about it. Hold on. Think about this was us. Are you okay? Like, are we sitting here on Unfiltered right now? Are we saying that if this is the Eagles making this trade, we go, oh, we got Kenny Clark?
No, I wouldn't make that into no, I'm not making that in. It's like, that's the return. That's not the goddamn return. The return on investment, Toe. Come on. The return on investment is the 2 first. You got to hit the 2 first. I'm just saying, at least you got somebody, at least you got like a good defensive tackle in this, like, or a serviceable one, or a starter. You got a starter, but every other year he's a Pro Bowler. No, I'm just like trying to look how Jerry's saying they're going to be better. That's all. I'm just trying to look at reasons. I mean, he had 7.5 sacks in 2023. I mean, last year was the only year he had a down year in sacks, but for a defensive tackle, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, listen, good for them, man. Good for them.
Plays a lot, but yeah, if I'm here talking about it, I need to be more in Dallas because I don't know the ins and outs there. I don't know like everything that Mike has been saying, or where the drama is, or if there's drama between players. I have no idea. But I'm not trading a 26-year-old generational type pass rusher ever. So I'll figure it out. I'll trade Dak Prescott and start over at the quarterback position before I'm trading that guy.
No, I mean, I'll tell you what.
That's me.
I'm with
you. Don't think I'm just giving the other side of like maybe how a Dallas fan could try to sell themselves that like, okay, at least we got something back. That's draft picks and stuff because we're going to lose them anyway. That was my point. But,
no. I mean, and we listen, Cincinnati was probably going to do that with Trey Hendrickson and stuff. They signed him for a 1-year deal, right? So, I mean, I don't understand that move either. This dude was throwing his balls out there like he's going to hold out. All of a sudden, he caves for a 1-year deal. Like, I don't understand that.
What was that? What was that deal? 1 year? What? What was it?
1 year? Big money.
Yeah, was it like 40? Is it in the 40s?
I don't know if it's in the 40s.
If it's something like life changing, I mean, everything's life changing to me, and you don't, right? Like 25 life changing. 1 year, 20. I'm like, hey,
I'll go a couple hundred G's, bro. Let's go. You know what I mean?
You go run me over right now for 75K.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll go across the middle for 75K, and I'll take it. I'll eat that. I'll eat it. I mean, I won't be able to walk for at least a week and a half, but I'll eat it.
Yeah.
In the moment. But no, I mean, listen, there's no. That's what bad organizations do. Okay, bad organizations aren't prepared.
Easy.
Right? It's all about. And we talk about it in like the baseball world, like, yo, we're prepping them now for 2 years from now, right? We want them to be prepared for it. We want to be prepared for it, right? But in terms of like managing your cap, right, and understanding the financial side of this business now, and being prepared when you have the best player on your defense, arguably one of the best defensive players in the whole league, and you know his contract at some point, he's going to get on his last year of his deal, and you're not prepared for that organizationally, that's fireable. That is it's a lot of adjectives of stuff, right? I mean, just think about it. This is
there you go.
30 mil
30
for
million.
a year. I mean, so he essentially got franchised. I mean,
Yeah.
Okay, Trey. I mean,
So
you're huffing and puffing and you get franchised. So you're
but yeah, but you're huffing and puffing because you want, you go out there, blow a knee out, and guess what? You're gonna get that. You're not gonna get that You're gonna go do that Earl Thomas thing, right? I mean,
no. I don't mind. No, I don't mind. You can't huff and puff to blow the house down, Tone, and take 1 year.
Right. I agree. That's what I'm saying.
Because like, what are you talking about? So you're not worried about the injury. You just want money. You just don't. So in his eyes, he don't want to play the last year on his deal at. So what was he got 30 million? So he was getting 16.
16.
He probably walks with 10 of that after fees, etc. Right, Tone? Probably walks with 10 of that. 10
maybe
of that,
10. Maybe nowadays, maybe like 6.
Why? It's a tax and everything. You tell me he's leaving.
Paying the agent, right? I mean, that's a lot.
Okay, so 30 mil. What are you walking with? 20?
I maybe 20. It's crazy. I was watching. I forget who I was. A story I was
fired
watching,
my agents,
and they were. I'm telling you, man, they were talking about all kinds of stuff, and I was like, wow, the amount of money that these guys got to pay out before they even get anything is insane. Like everybody they got to pay, it's nuts. I think it was something with Michael Vick. I was watching the story with Michael Vick, and people were talking about, oh, you pay your boys, and and he was talking about like, I got this contract, but then by the time it's all said and done, this is what I kind of have left. And it's like, wow, it's like everybody got their hand in a cookie jar. You know what I mean? Like everybody got their hand in a cookie jar. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying Kenny Clark's good, Jay.
Damn,
Jay. I mean, you don't got a sleeve on in anything, bro.
Wow.
You know what I mean,
Kenny Clark's catching a stray, man. And he's not even do nothing. He's catching strays here on Philly Sports Unfiltered.
Yeah, Greg, I'm saying, like, that's how I can wrap my head around. They had to do it because one, I don't think they can pay it. Right, I don't think they can pay it. And you get 2 picks out of it, and you start you're restarting again. You're hoping, you know what I mean? That's all they can do. Now they got they got 2 first round, but now that's 4 players though, right, over the next 2 years that you're bringing in that are first round picks, or the ability to take those 2 first round picks, right, and get yourself up into the top 5. So they have way more flexibility now to go get guys under control that are studs. If that's a Dak Prescott trade because of quarterback they like, right, Tone? I can see that coming after this year. I can see a Dak Prescott trade coming after this year.
Oh, yeah, man. Like
younger.
New Orleans. Look at the teams that need quarterbacks, man.
Oh, New Orleans would give you 2 firsts. So you get another 2 firsts. So now you get next thing you know, you got 6 firsts over 3 years. A lot of firsts to walk around with.
And you know what? Speaking of New Orleans, we just talked about Henderson taking the money. I was getting in the back and forth. You know how we get those social media trolls, and somebody was posting about Kellen Moore. Oh, I feel bad for Kellen. He's set up for failure. I don't feel bad for Kellen. Kellen didn't have to take the money. He wanted to take the money, right? I mean, he didn't.
What do you mean set up for failure? What does that even mean? Like
because I guess
you set up. You see the roster, babe. You see the damn roster before you put ink to paper. What are we talking about? Set up for failure. You set up for failure. He set up for money.
Exactly.
It's like when a good player takes more money to go to a bad team. Milton Williams. When a good player gets overpaid by a bad team.
Yep.
Now the Packers better hope they keep drafting well, but the Packers got a home run. That's a defense that needed that. Listen, man, they just went up a tick. They are now, to me, they're by that move right now in the moment, they are an NFC title contender.
He's
absolutely
he's instantly the new KGB.
He's that good.
He's a stud, man.
He's that good.
He's a stud.
What's
You know,
that?
I know a lot of people were pissed off that he's still in NFC. Like, oh, they were hoping he went to the AFC. I listen, that doesn't scare me anymore, right? You see him less, but either way, man, I mean, you're gonna always have to face good defensive players, and this dude is absolute stud. However, I always say in the back of my mind, and I continue to say this, like I was already out on Dallas this year anyway, specifically because I think the culture on that entire team just sucks. Especially then you bring another head case guy in like a George Pickens. So right away, I'm like, this team is just set up to fail. It really is. Then you had all this drama with Michael Parsons. Well, what if Michael Parsons was a little bit of the problem too? Because he's one of those, podcast P guys, right? He's got to have his podcast, like Slay, and and be the cool cat on the mic. And guess what? Sometimes that rubs people the wrong way. So now, who knows? He goes out there to Green Bay, and maybe, listen, maybe not from a team standpoint on the field, maybe off the field, he ruffles some feathers. Maybe again, maybe it's just not the perfect marriage that we think it is, right? Like Javon says, imagine Dallas has to pay Pickens too, possibly at the end of the season. Like Dallas got like no money.
What was Micah's sort of, I would say, issues, but concerns were character coming out of Penn State? Like some character concerns, how great of a teammate is this guy? A little bit of that, right? A little bit of that. Not again.
We saw it. We saw it in these issues with the negotiations.
Yeah.
You could say whatever you want about that social media scene where he was laying on the table and the PR team came in real quick and covered that up, right? But like, let me tell you, man, that's real. That's real.
That's diva shit.
Yes, exactly. And then, come on, man. Like, I thought it was funny. We all thought it was funny because we're in Philadelphia. But to have a Cowboy come on and talk about he wants to play for the Eagles during a season, even for any other team, and dude, what are you doing?
Yeah, I would have traded him right then and there.
You know what I mean? Like,
I don't care if he has 22 sacks a year. I trade him. The second you talk about how bad you want to play for somebody else, I'm gonna trade you. Now I wouldn't even trade him to the Packers. You understand? I would have sent them to like anywhere bad where I don't like, where stinks. I would send him somewhere that stinks. I want to find it, but now a team that stinks isn't going to trade for him, obviously. But that's what I'd be shooting for. So good. Go, Mike. Go out and play in 10 degrees.
Exactly.
But he's a stud, man. But he gets hurt a lot too. He gets banged up a lot. He's starting to get banged up a little bit more. When you're banged up when you're young, what's it going to mean when you're old? I don't know. But he's a freak on the field when he's playing. They say he's one of the best defensive talents, if not players in the league. Again, I don't know if I trade him, but again, what's going on down there? What like you said, all the stuff, right? Like the more you know, information's power. So if I'm down there, I probably want him gone. And I said the second he says, "Oh, I'd rather play for the Eagles," or not rather, but I would love to play for the Eagles. You're gone, dude. You're gone. That podcast ain't even end yet. And like, I'm Jerry Jones walking in the studio. Like, oh, funny to find you guys here. You're gone.
That's the problem with the podcast, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care what anybody says, man. And everybody they want to have a voice, and they want to spark their own conversations, and they don't want to leave it in the eyes of the media because the media is bad and the media here's my take on that. Could be like the unfiltered take of the week. I don't know. But the funniest thing about that argument is you do realize that these players have people that are running these podcasts for them. They're doing the same thing. They're doing the clickbait. They're doing the hooks. They're getting you in just like the media's doing themselves when they don't even have a podcast. It's the same goddamn thing, and you're buying into it. And all you're doing is helping them make more friggin' money that they don't need. How about, how about Cam Newton coming out saying, man, life is tough out here, man. I can't support my family like I used to because I don't play in the NFL anymore. Are you kidding, bro? Are you serious? See, here's the problem I have with all this talk. How can me and Tom Arnone relate to anything that Cam Newton says? How are you going to be like, oh, that dude made 90 mil? Yeah, I can relate to him because he's made milk's $5 a gallon. Are you serious? How do we relate to that? Like, and I know I'm probably going to get shit for this. I don't care, but everybody relates to, oh, Kylie Kelsey. And just, like, I know what she means. I get it. No, you don't. No, she lives a different life, bro. Completely different life. Like, she's not worried about clipping coupons for macaroni and cheese. Like, at the end, like, I don't understand why so many people think you relate to these celebrities and superstars and players. You know what I mean? It baffles me, Tom. It really does.
As of August 13th, 2025, Cam Newton has a net worth of approximately $50 million, according to Celebrity Net Worth. Okay.
He can't live like he used to, Tom.
So that includes NFL career earnings, endorsements, business ventures, which include real estate company and investments in companies like Fellowship, a cigar bar, and a dinner club or a diner club.
Tough out there for him, man. It's tough.
Okay. Yeah.
This economy's rough. You know what I mean?
The $50 million net worth. And then one told me, like, AI Overview told me 75 million net worth, estimated around 75 million. Either way, Ben, 50 to 75 million. Are you effing okay? Like, are you okay? These guys got to get jacked out. I'm telling you.
I'm with you, man.
These guys' goddamn egos get so big that you can't support your family. If you gave me $1 million right now, I'm gooch. I pay my house off. I got money in stocks. I'm good forever. I'll just go put I'll go put $100,000 in the NASDAQ and let it sit. You understand? And I'll be good in 20 years from now. I'll be really good. I'll turn 100,000 into $1 million again. So I'll get the $1 million back. Okay.
I don't understand it, man. I don't get it. And I think it's embarrassing that people like, I saw people commenting on it. I get it, Cam. I feel you. Are you serious?
It's got to be tough for you, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I feel you, bro. Listen. So what's this Zach Bond nonsense?
Right.
What's going on there?
I want to hear what you think. Now, this is a little hooky right here. I listened to it, and I'm not sure if it was scripted per se, but Joe DeCamera, who, by the way, did you see that knucklehead running around the track?
Oh, did you? Imagine listening to that talk sports. You know what I mean? Imagine thinking of that guy in his bathtub trying to talk sports. Like, think about that. Yeah, Joe might be a great guy, right? I'm just saying, think about that talking sports.
I don't get it. But anyway, he gets on a mic. Dude, this is live. He's talking to Zach on the line. And he says to Zach Bond, what's it feel like to always be known as a fringe player and all of a sudden have a Pro Bowl year? And right away, Bond's like, who said I was a fringe player? Never thought of myself as a fringe player. So my whole point is how, like, number one, whether Joe was reading it from, like, saying, like, other people acted like you were a fringe player or whatever it is, there's a station that's sponsored by the Eagles. And I don't know who their PR person is. I don't know who they are, but they fail. Because you don't ask that question, because that's a disrespectful question to me. I honestly feel that way.
All you do is phrase that a little differently.
Right.
What you felt the difference was from going from a special teams player in this league to a starter and whatever the rest of that question was. You know what I mean? That's all you ask. You go, what is it? Not a fringe. Where does it go from being a special teamer in this league to an every down starter? What's that like? How's that different on the body, Zach? How is that different on you mentally? Did you think it actually engaged you more? And that's what helped lead you to your success, was just the opportunity? I mean, come on. It is 11:11 at night. Make a wish, baby.
No notes.
No notes. And that was just spit, just rocking it out to everybody, because that's how easy this stuff is. easier common sense. But if you understand sports, you're able to say that very easily. But these guys don't, like Tony's like saying. And I'm saying, well, he's in a bathtub. He can't run around the track. He looks like he looks like a 2-year-old trying to run around the track. It's unbelievable. As a grown man, look like that when you run. It's tough to watch. Okay, and I'm gonna sit here and listen to anything that guy ever says. Like people come into me and say, "Hey, did you listen to Dial today?" And I laugh every time. I haven't listened to Dial in 5 years.
I do.
No, I'm not this. Listen, I'm not mad at you.
No,
I'm not mad at you.
Being honest. Like there's times, like right now, though, I will say that I'm locked in on Sirius XM Fantasy Sports Channel. Like right now,
I'm on the highway, babe. You know what I mean? I'm on Sirius XM, the highway. You know what I mean? I didn't even listen to Sports Talk on my car.
I like the highway.
I'm a high. You know what I mean? I don't even listen.
I'm kind of like a
French guy.
Sirius XM Fly. I think it's Fly, like channel like 48. I think it is. Little hip hop and R&B, little 90s, 90s R&B. That's all me, man. Like I'm, give me a little Next, give me a little like H-Town, give me a little Blackstreet. Like I'm all that's, and then you can throw in some T-Pain and some Neo in there too. So I'm all good, man. I'm in there. There goes Greg checking Y2 Country. How'd I know?
No, Greg, I don't know why you're not on the highway, baby. Y2 Country's a little bit. I mean, you think it's better, Greg?
Y2
think it's better. I got Y2. I got that.
He wants the Morgan Wallen and the Laney Wilson.
Well, Morgan's on the highway. That's the country.
Morgan
station.
On the highway?
They're both the country. Yeah, they're both country stations.
Yeah,
highway and Y2
no
Country.
disrespect, fellas. There ain't no country. I mean, I'll get a couple here and there.
I was you. Right, I've gone country over the last, let's say 7-8 years here. It's grown on me. I'm a 90s. I'm a Tupac, Biggie,
girl, baby.
Yeah, the list goes on. And I'm an R&B guy. I love me some slow. What I mean?
Yeah. I love. Like, you allowed to say bump and grind. Let me real fast. Hold on. I'm gonna ask this question. Like this is good. I'm glad.
Greg, I like a little bump and grind. I like a little bump
and grind. Allowed? Like what do you do? Right? And I want everybody. If you're checking in right now, I want you honest. This is honest answer here. Knowing everything that went on with R. Kelly and P. Diddy, what do you do when you're in the car and a little bump and grind comes on? Or do you feel weird singing it? Do you change the dial? Like when more money, more problems come on, do you like,
I just laugh. I laugh. I don't
know what to do.
And I get after it because you know what I mean? Like I didn't do what you did. Like I wasn't pissing on people.
I get it, but R. Kelly was giving like golden showers to little girls.
Oh,
bro.
I understand, but I didn't.
But I like the music. I don't know what to
do. Like, you know what I mean? Like if somebody does something great, but they're a piece of shit, I separate the two. I just like your music. I'm not trying to support you. I'm not going to go buy an album. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go spend money to support.
Yeah, but wait, are they still getting royalties from that?
From like what, being on like Sirius?
Yeah, like I think they still get royalties from that.
But we're not helping them. We're not helping them by not changing the station.
It's a slippery slope, bro. No pun intended. Slippery slope there. I'm just saying. Yeah. I mean, like honestly, because I'm a huge R. Kelly guy. Like I loved R. Kelly.
I think that's harder to say than just listening to the music when it's on. I think what you said just there. I think that's.
You know what I meant. Now you're gonna turn it around. No, I'm just saying, man. Like if I'm in the car and like I Wish comes on, dude, I'm rocking out.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like that's my jam. Like I'm all in. Little Fiesta remix.
You're right.
You know what I mean? So I know. I'm like, damn, I feel bad. Like I feel like I
got this sense of guilt. You got this sense of guilt, like you were peeing on toddlers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You thought.
Oh my God, what is wrong with people, bro?
But no, if the music's good, right? Because I think when you talk about just in the back history of musicians, like through the years and the things, that you come to find out after the fact of a lot of these guys, it's like, man, I liked your music.
Yeah.
I might at the end of the day not like you at all anymore, but I like your music and I can shimmy to it. Now, am I gonna, do I want to tell my kid how great your music is and tell him your name? No, I don't need to tell him that, right? But me, I don't feel now. This is where it gets uncomfortable, right?
Okay.
You're driving up somewhere. Let's just say you're driving up to, I don't know. You're playing slow pitch softball. And you're driving up to like a rec center, and
Yep.
there's a bunch of cars in the parking lot, a bunch of people around,
And
you gotta blast it. You know what I mean? You gotta blast. Now, people, you get out of the car, people they're like,
yeah, like yo, they're looking for the baby oil.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yo, that guy ain't gonna need a porta potty. That's what first thing they're gonna say. So it's. That's where that's the only time I think it could be weird, but then I think it takes a special person to really be like a weirdo. I think it's a weirdo to take that weird too.
Yeah.
Like I think then you're a weirdo. I would look at you like you're weird. I like the music and get out of my face.
Nah, I'm with you.
So I think you're clear.
I just always thought that was an interesting dilemma.
I don't want you not sleeping at night because you like a good tune. You know what I mean? That's the last thing I want from you.
Yeah, I'm asleep. I'll just I'll be honest with you. Like before I go to bed, I put the AirPod in, and I usually pick a playlist of somebody. Like one of my faves, one of my faves is Chris Brown. So I a little breezy. Like I'll go breezy all night. Man.
Backhanding people. We're backhanding people now. You know what I mean? This is unbelievable.
Come on, man.
This is unbelievable. I mean,
that was he was a young dude.
When you're in the R&B game, you got a lot of creeps.
Yeah.
And that's the nature of the R&B. Think about the songs, how creepy. Like, if you really, not the songs aren't creepy, but now, like, man, you get your voice like that as a grown man.
Oh man, he was a young buck when that happened. He was a young buck.
I know. I'm just messing around.
I know.
I'm just messing around.
Man. I'll just say it. But
this country guy's getting a lot. Yeah, these country guys getting a lot of trouble too. Morgan Wallen ain't
Morgan Wallen just throwing it out there. I mean,
he ain't no angel.
I guess he's the forgiven saint now, I guess. But he did that little Riley Cooper accident, and now he's okay, I guess.
I guess he is. Habib, are you okay?
At this, wow. Song, where? Hey, I haven't seen a Son Reddick in 2 years. Have you? Where's the Son Reddick?
He's been on a milk carton when it was last year. He was on a damn milk carton. I don't forget it. I was the only one. Tony probably talked about it, but I thought I was the only one yelling and screaming. And where's the sign? His final year when we lost like 8 in a row or whatever the hell it was.
It was another guy. He was another guy who up here, man, ego issue, big ego issue.
Yeah, he thinks he's better than he is.
And as you see, who's paying him? Nobody.
Why would you?
Nobody's paying.
Why would you?
Nobody's paying him. But man, honestly, that Zach Bond thing, to get back on track, I don't know how you as a company, an organization, a station, whatever you want to call it, will sit there and allow, whether it was direct or indirect, that phrase of a statement. You obviously, if you listen to it, he was a little perturbed. So, I mean, this dude was legitimately pissed, saying like, why would you call me a fringe player, man? Like, how do you allow that? It's just, I don't know, man. I guess it just doesn't matter anymore. Honestly, it just doesn't matter. Like, whoever's on there, people can say what they want. Doesn't matter. I am going to say this. I know we always talk about different things when it comes to the dial, because listen, there is a lot of interesting thing going on, radio wars and this and that. Cross and Broad always comes out with it, which I think is great. But I'll tell you, man, I'm being honest. I know, people don't listen to dial, but I'm digging week after week what they're doing on with Bill Colarulo. I'm digging it. I think he's got something going, man. I think he's got something going. And I'm curious to see if it works. He's going old school, and I'm curious to see if it works. And honestly, I think it is working. I do.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of him.
I'm not saying I'm a big. Let me rephrase this. I'm not saying I'm a big fan of him talking for 4 hours. I'm a big fan of what they're trying to do.
That's fair. I think he's a cheese grater to your dick guy too. I think he's another one of those. He's another cheese grater to your dick guy. That's it's just another one of those guys.
I've never heard that statement. What is that?
I don't even know, but they just recycle them. They just recycle them. I mean, it's essentially similar to a dryer sheet. I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan of really anybody over there. Like that's why I don't watch it. It's I don't even know where these guys come from. Like I really don't. I don't.
Yeah, I mean,
I really shouldn't even talk. But off of social media and the stuff I'll listen to there once in a while, right? Clips and stuff. I think he's another cheese grater to your dick guy. But maybe he's better than I think he is. I don't watch 4 hours of his show, so it's disrespectful for me.
Me neither.
It's disrespectful for. I'd rather take a cheese grater to my dick than listen to his show. Is really probably where I'm going with that.
Well, I'm looking at the perspective of if you had to choose between one or the other, like that's all you can listen to, one or the other. I think, you 100% go the other route. And that's what I'm saying. Like I enjoy what they're trying to do because, and Chrome will like this because he knows what the forbidden door is. The forbidden door in radio, not wrestling, was always not to go against and bash the other stations. It was do it politely. They're not. They're going right for the jugular. And I'm enjoying it because I can't stand Joe Giglio. So I'm enjoying it. Like go at him. Go at him. Go like 100%. So, but nobody's really done that before. So I was just curious, and I think it's working. I do. I could do without Ricky Bo, to be honest with you. But I definitely think it's working for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Like I said, I don't pay enough attention to it.
And Kyle Schwarber makes history tonight, man. Kyle Schwarber makes history. Oh, did you watch the game?
Yes.
I thought he was going to hit 5.
I did too. He just missed that.
Because the player was pitching, man. I was like, oh, he just missed it too. It was a hanger. He just missed it.
Yep, he was just out in front of it. Got out in front of it. But to the game, the way the game started, down 3-0. You end up playing bad baseball in New York for 3 games and get swept, right? And then they come home and again be down 3-0 in the first inning. Not ideal, but to be able to come back there and really belt the ass them. Okay, I think that's a really important win for this baseball team tonight. So and for Kyle Schwarber coming out and 4 home runs in this game, he said, "Hey, we're going to be all right." He said that the other night, leaving New York, and he comes and hits 4 home runs after saying that. Okay, so I mean, me and Tony, we've done this. We've glazed him enough, as the kids would like to say. We've glazed him enough. I'll glaze him again. He's the MVP of the league. He's the MVP of this team. What an unbelievable season.
I'm going to say something, and I know we're kind of towards the end, and I don't want to start anything, but I don't know if you're going to agree or disagree with this. But I still am going to say that tonight didn't matter. And I know I don't care, but it's great we scored 15 runs. It's great that we had a bunch of home runs, but I honestly I don't think it changes what happened at Citi Field.
I don't think what happened in Citi Field matters enough.
I think it does.
I think you guys are overreacting. To playing bad and having some bad juju in one place of a team that's not going to contend for this division anyway. So it doesn't matter.
It showed me no heart, bro. It showed me listen, I'll give you that after the first game. You got your balls kicked all over the place in that first game. Okay. You only get kicked. You ate them and swallowed them and you spit them out 2 times. And then you came back the next night and you were lifeless. And then you gave no effort in game 3. My whole point is we can't go 3 games. I don't care if it was the Mets. I don't care who the hell it was. My whole point is this is exactly what happens in the playoffs. We go cold. We act like we can't play. And guess what? 3 games is the playoff series. So I think it does matter. I think people throwing it out like it doesn't matter. I think it's irresponsible. This does matter. And here's the other thing. It wouldn't matter if we didn't see it before. But we continue to see it, whether it's the Mets, whether it's the Marlins from 2 years ago, it doesn't matter, man. And then what happened in the playoffs?
Yeah,
Same
I just think it's a place that we're not going to play a playoff series all in one spot. We're one of the best teams in baseball at home. We're not as good on the road. That's been something that we've struggled with, but we're awesome at home. Okay, so Mets are terrible on the road. They're good at home. We're 5 games up on them after all that. So again, I understand what you're saying, and if it's teams that we're talking about that really concern me come playoff time, or I think I'm going to see, which to be honest with you, I don't even know if the Mets are going to. Right now, the Mets aren't even going to make the playoffs. So I'm not worried about that.
It's not the team, though.
That's the point.
I'm not talking about the team.
I understand, but it's one series. This team has 77 wins. Okay, it's the second most in the National League. This is a damn good baseball team. Had a terrible goddamn weekend, and yeah, I'm sure they didn't have any energy. It was a typical type of shit on Sunday, or not Sunday, on the series finale. And I don't want to go too deep into this either. But tonight shows a response. When you get smacked in the mouth, and it's like you could easily fold there. You could easily go, okay, down 3-0 in the first. Here we go again. They didn't. So I give credit there.
You don't have the chance to respond in the playoffs.
Why don't you have a chance to respond in the playoffs?
Like that, you're out.
Well, you're not going to lose 3 games on the road like that because you don't play 3 straight games on the road.
I don't think that matters. I'm taking that out of it. I'm just talking about their actual reaction. If you like, I just, it's the same thing. It's no different than what we've seen any other year.
I'm just saying it's a place that we don't play well at for whatever reason. And I'm chalking that series a lot up to that, even though they need to figure out a way to play better there. You understand what I'm saying? I get what you're saying.
Let me ask you this, though. Would you think differently if they lost 3 games by 1 or 2 runs compared to the way they lost?
Well, I think differently. I'm not really thinking that much about it, to be completely honest with you, because they're 5 games up on them.
Say,
the way they played that, and the way they played that.
Because I'm just I
heard some things about the Mets, maybe having some what do you call it on them? Some
bad juju.
No.
Tells. Like Jason Stark said, tells.
Yeah. So I heard that. So that makes me wonder. I don't know how much I buy into it, but it still makes me wonder. And it's just a place we haven't played well at. And sometimes, for whatever reason, that carries. I don't know why. Okay. I don't know why. But again, I'm not going to overly worry about that.
I'm going to say is
I'll yell and scream when they get bounced, Tone. I'm going to yell and scream when they get bounced. Anything else is just guessing, right? That's all me or you can do is assume and guess what the final result of this season is going to be for them, right, Tone? We've seen right, but we don't know till we know. It's that simple. Like I don't know. I've seen a lot of great things that have been different from years past. I've seen things that look the same as years past. I don't know, right? I'm not going to die on either hill. I'm really not. I don't know. I'll find out in October because it's hard to know. I feel like it's just hard to know. Are they different? Are they the same? I think they're different on some of the things they did. Then you lose Wheeler. Oh, it just doesn't end.
But I just, again, I'm a body language guy and I'm a situational guy. And I just think that I keep saying it, man. They're still an inconsistent team, and inconsistencies doesn't win playoff games.
I think if they're as inconsistent as you think they are, they wouldn't have the second most wins in the National League. And they wouldn't be 6-4 in their last 10 after getting swept 3 straight games.
You're like the guy I argue with in fantasy football that tells you, well, if this guy should be number 1 overall because he got in 5 games, he had 200 yards each game and 3 touchdowns. Like, I don't care about that. What I care about is what I see week to week, game to game.
So would you care about the team that wins a ton of series? Yeah, I disagree with that. I completely disagree with that. I mean, baseball's an up and down sport, an ebb and flow sport.
It's kind of like I'm on here with Rob Thompson. Ebbs and flows. Going to give you ebbs and flows again.
Well, it's 162 games. That's what you're going to get. That's what you're going to get. But do you win series?
Yeah.
Do they win most of their series?
Yeah, they do.
So how's that inconsistent? I'm just asking for a friend. I don't know how that.
Need to do something.
When they need, okay.
They need to do that, bro. They needed to win
tonight. Needed to win tonight. Down 3-0. I'm just playing the other side.
Another team who sucks.
I'm just gonna play the other side. You made comments tonight that, like, you talk about WIP making comments. I think you said something. If anybody thinks otherwise, it's almost like outlandish. If anybody like believes in that they're different, it's almost outlandish. Which I don't know how that's fair. I think it's almost outlandish to not think that they can win in October. I almost think it's outlandish to assume because they call them inconsistent. Like, bats are up and down in this league. That's all across the board. But call them as a team inconsistent when you have 77 wins and you won a ton of series. I don't know where inconsistency comes in. That's where I don't think it's fair.
So they don't have inconsistent bats.
Everybody
does. Inconsistent at bats.
Everybody has inconsistent bats.
Listen.
I'm
not worried about everybody. I'm worried about our team.
Though, because you can't say listen.
I'm worried about our team.
Okay, well then we're gonna do this. The whole league has inconsistent at bat. That's baseball through 162. You have hot stretches, you have cold stretches. Is that not true? Has that not happened in baseball for a million years? Or no? I'm asking.
Are we talking about individual players or teams?
You're saying that the offense gets inconsistent
as a whole.
Okay.
Not just one player.
At times it has.
Yes.
But it's not as many times as you want to think it is, though. Because you don't get 77 wins if it is. That's where I'm at with it. I agree with you.
I would. Here's the thing. Last thing I'll say is I would agree with you if we haven't been here before. If you're just giving me this year with no table setter, if you're just giving me this year and saying, look what they've done this year, where they did that last year, they did the year before, and how did that result happen? This is my issue. It's the same thing. That's my problem. It's the same thing. Like, how many times, Tom, last year, the year before, did we go in and we had a big lead and we go into the friggin' Marlins and we would get swept?
I think you're same thing, but it's not, Tony. It's not, Tony.
Yeah,
you can't. Okay, so let me just end it here, then, because it's a great conversation. But last year they started the hottest team in the freaking world, and it wasn't consistent. So hear me out. This year has been consistent. It has been, in terms of winning, this year has been extremely consistent. That is the facts. In terms of winning, I'm not talking about guys at the plate. I'm talking about winning baseball games. We can't say it hasn't been. Last year was inconsistent. Last year was, we're up the mountain. We're going down the mountain. Last year was a way different year overall. Last year we started hot. Man. That is true. Go look at it. It's not I don't know. That's the facts. We're the best team in baseball at the break. We're the best team in baseball at the break last year.
Where did that get us in the playoffs?
No. I'm saying it was inconsistent last year. This year has been consistent. Last year was inconsistent. This year has been consistent. 6-4, 7-3 in our last 10. 6-4, 7-3 in our last 10. It's been a ton of that if you really break it down from the beginning till now. But last year, I agree with you. Last year was the same as every other year. We were scorching hot. Nobody could beat us. And then we literally, in August and September, you could make the case we're arguably one of the worst teams in baseball. And obviously got bounced.
And I don't listen. I don't disagree with what you're saying. My whole point, though, is, and I'll end my point with this, that when they go into Citi Field, whether you want to say it can't win there, I really don't care. When they need it to show better. I don't care what they did tonight. They needed to show better, and they didn't. Just like they needed to win 2 friggin' games against the Arizona Diamondbacks, and they couldn't friggin' do it. Okay? So I'm looking at the same goddamn thing over and over. When they need to do it, when they need it, they don't. Okay? I'm not looking at what our response was tonight. I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at what they need to do. And they didn't do it.
I know, but you can't not look at tonight, though.
Why?
Like, you can't. Why? What do you mean?
We didn't get a chance to look at another game with Arizona, did we? No. We lost. We were done.
Arizona. This is the regular season It's the regular season.
But I'm giving you a scenario about the way it feels and the way it looks.
I understand that's your feeling.
Right.
That's your feeling, but I think you're overreacting in a respectful way when I'm telling you you're overreacting to smaller sample size this year, that tone, than in years past throughout the year. Okay, that's my argument back to you. Is this year has been more consistent, top to bottom, than any other year I remember watching them. Other years they got hot after the break. Okay, years before they got hot before the break. This year they have been status quo from start to finish. They've been like this. So I don't know what it means. That doesn't mean, Tone, when you're like this, you don't have a couple times where you slip and fall. Doesn't matter. I'm not saying.
But you can afford to do that during a regular season. You can't afford to do that in the playoffs.
No shit. But this isn't the playoffs.
So if
but they've been consistent though. You said they've been inconsistent. That's the whole argument. The
argument could carry over to the playoffs.
I agree, but they've been consistently playing good baseball this entire year.
Listen, I want to win a World Series, bro.
I know you do. I see. I know you do.
I do.
It's a great argument right here. This is top-notch shit.
I can't feel. Listen, I can't feel all like R. Kelly bumpy grindy. Like, right.
I'm not saying you're like the funny thing about this, like I'm not saying you're wrong.
No, I know what you're saying.
I'm like, they have their moments where it's like, ooh, that feels the same. Because I get there at times with it. They're just
frustrating, man. They're a frustrating team.
They are, but I thought they've had some really good responses to little things that I've seen over the last week or two with We Are News and the way they came out and played after getting that news as a ball club. I think you go to New York, you get your ace on the mound. He starts getting hit around. You have an opportunity to really smack him up 3-0. You do not. Okay, you leave guys on base. You leave him in, and I think that dictated the whole series. So that's why I say I just move on from that. And I said to Greg last night, I'll say it again. Tonight was going to tell me if they got anything between their legs as a group. And you come out and you have a performance like this, says even more to me because you were down 3-0 in the first inning in the top of the first. You didn't even blink an eye. And we're like, here we go again. Right? I'm sure you said it. I said it. I'm like, okay, now I am pissed. I was expecting to come on here rampaging, and they come out and had a performance like this. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to take a step back, go win a series because it's 4 games, right? So go win 3 out of 4 and show me your response, and I won't be as mad about Citi Field. But you go win 3 out of 4 and respond to that performance because the Mets are going to lose. The Mets are going to go 2-2 or 1-3 because they stink. Besides when they play us, they stink out loud. When they play us, they got that felt good guys up there. You're still 4 games out. The Mets follow that up by losing tonight.
Did the Mets play tonight?
Yeah, they lost.
So we're 5 now.
We're about 5 now. Yep. So it's like, that was fun for you guys. You're still 5 out because you stink. Because they're the definition of inconsistency this year, which I love. I love that you go sweep us and you're still 5 games out.
Well, any team that has Juan Soto is never going to win, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, even though I wanted them to. Not saying you did.
I didn't want them.
I feel like the guys did. I feel like some of the guys here may have wanted them, but maybe they didn't. You know what I mean?
I just didn't want
the attitude. I
didn't want the attitude, man.
I'll take him as a DH. I'll put Schwarber in left field over Juan Soto in right field. You understand?
So many different things. Oh, by the way, I got to give my man Japan a shout out here. He says,
Japan? Oh, yeah.
This man Tony talked me into taking Drake London in the 2nd round. Hey, I got my here Japan. Here's something for you, brother. Not only I talked you to take him in the 2nd round, I took Drake London number 1 overall in my fantasy pick in my fantasy draft last weekend. Number 1 overall. My kids think I'm nuts. When I think I'm nuts, don't care.
Yeah, you're a problem. You're a problem.
Not. Can I just say this?
You want to hear something delicious that I have? I think I came in second. Go ahead, tell me.
First of all, I'm a little concerned about you just using the word delicious.
Oh, I love that word.
I
love deliciousness.
So last year, what I will say, and people know this. Look, Greg said I'm nuts, but Greg, you're the same person that when I was doing serious on Sunday nights, get the audience ready last year. and Japan's listening because he just smiled and he knows this. I told everybody, I said, listen, Saquon, Derrick Henry, take them over all those other running backs. Saquon would be my number one overall pick. And everybody told me, you're stupid. You're biased to Philly. You have no idea what you're talking about. He's not going to get the yards. He's not going to get okay. Who was the number one running back, by the way? Who was the number two running back?
Yeah.
Interesting. So
Well,
I have some crazy fantasy theories at times, but I'm just saying that I took Drake London. I think Drake London is going to be, listen, if Jamar Chase plays every single game, sure, he might finish as the number one guy. But damn sure, if he doesn't, Drake London's going to get that crown. And if not, Drake London's going to be number two. I'm just throwing it out there, man.
No, I mean, throw it around.
I love it. I'm
in a keeper league, and the way it works is, and it's like our big one. The way it works is off of like what place you come in, you get to keep X amount of years of experience.
I got a keeper league. Yep.
All right. So, but it's X amount of years experience. So it's a little bit different than your typical, oh, you can keep 2 players or you can keep 3 players, right? So a little bit different. So it's what it's where you finish the year before. It depends how much you can keep, right? Naturally. So, I came in second last year, and I've really stockpiled wide receivers over the years. So I have 9 years. So keep in mind, I have CeeDee Lamb, Devontae Smith, whatever his name is, from the hyphen from Seattle. Okay. The hyphen from Seattle. And then I got Jameson Williams, Xavier Worthy. I mean, I just got so many wide receivers. So I was originally going to go Devontae, Jameson Williams, and Xavier Worthy. And I'm like, what am I doing? I'm like, CeeDee Lamb's better than Devontae Smith because he gets more targets. You know what I mean? So I can't be a homer. So I'm going CeeDee, I'm going hyphen, and then I'm going Xavier Worthy. So it's my first time in a while that I haven't had CeeDee and Devontae to go into a year with, which has been delicious. That's been delicious to have. But I really feel confident. I think I got 2 100-yard catch guys that I'm walking into the draft with. And then another guy on year 2 that has an ability to take a big jump in Xavier Worthy with the quarterback that he gets to play with.
And a 6-game suspension of Rashee Rice.
Yeah.
Right?
Let's go.
I will. Best time of year is fantasy football time.
It's fun, but I limited my leagues, Tone. I mean, we did a long show, and I love us. Right? We're like, that will be no way.
Oh shit, we're an hour 2.
Well, good for us. I mean, we missed last week.
Holding 75 to 80 live strong, by the way.
Yeah, why would we not? Let's what I mean?
I agree. I mean, we're not running races around a high school gym, but we're you know what I mean?
You're worse than me, babe. You know what I mean? You're worse than me. You know what I mean? Maybe my kid, that's the problem. Your kids are off to school, and I got them flying around right now. And I don't have time to listen to anything. So I'm not that difference. Yep, I'm not in. Like if I didn't have them or they were older, I'd be engulfed into the radio wars. I would be full transparency because I love taking shots at these guys. I'd be way more vocal on social media about taking shots that I could do their jobs better. But they got to the up tops there. We talked about it. Have to figure that out on their own.
I hear you. It's easy to figure out. You just take Tom and Tony and give them a spot, and rest is history.
And the rest is history.
I mean, it's just simple.
We're obviously, I don't know what we're going to do next week, obviously with the game on, right?
Oh yeah, game's on next week.
I mean, unless we give you a little post gamer.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a post game.
Well, we'll figure that out.
Yeah, we'll have to see how late that game goes.
Yeah, I feel like that's a later.
We're old heads, bro. I was like, I don't know if I can.
Well, school's back. I got, you know what I mean. I got drop offs in the morning.
Yeah, so you got. I'm out of that game, bro. I'm out of that game. But I will. Can I say?
And I got to get out of a practice too. By the way, I got a practice that's running 7 to 9. Just to be clear with everybody, I am out of that practice at 8 o'clock.
You got to get out.
Oh, I'm out at 8. 8 o'clock.
I mean, Albert checking in. What's up, Albert? He says that's the post game. I listen. I'll say this. I will try to at least do a post game. Maybe we'll see. I think I'm going to be home for the game if
What's
I'm
your
out,
win loss? What's your
if
win loss? That's what I care about.
yeah, what do you mean
Your win loss for the
for?
Bills.
Oh, like overall,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 12 wins.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 12.
Yeah, I'm at 13.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I think
You
people
can,
I saw a lot of people go, "Oh, under 11 and a half." Like, stop. Come
yeah,
on,
under 11 half's a crock of shit unless
come
this
on,
football
stop,
team's not healthy. If
stop.
this football team is healthy, it's the
If
best
yep,
team in the National Football League. If healthy, right? We talk about that every year. It's always the conversation. I don't base my win-loss of what the schedule looks like in August, and I sure as hell don't base it off of if guys get hurt. I
yep,
base it off of if my on paper, I can give a shit who you play. They got to play us. How good do I think we really are? I think we're 13, 14 wins good. And people are like, 13 wins. It's not 13
easy.
and 3 anymore. It's 13 and 4. That's 4 losses. All right, that's 4 weeks of being pissed off, right? They have very well, they're good enough to go 14 and 3. They're good enough to do it.
I agree, man. I agree.
But I like
100%.
to not 12 isn't conservative. 12's a strong number. It's
Yeah,
strong.
I only because I do think the first 6 games are tough.
They
So
are.
you know, and I don't care what kind of mindset you have
Well,
for
game 1
saying
got easier. Game 1 got easier.
right, it did, but I don't care what kind of mindset you have about, we're not the Super Bowl champ, which I love.
That's how it gets
You
easier
still
too.
played
Guys
a
get hurt.
long season, and you did a lot of extracurriculars, and like you can only be so strong, so it could be a little bit a very vague couple game hangover. First 4 games are like preseason games anyway, now that there's really no preseason. So I mean,
Yeah,
that's why I say 12. That's why
I'll give you one more thing why I think it's 13 or plus is if healthy, of course. But you didn't notice something that I noticed in 2017 with this football team. Not this group, obviously. I saw book tours. I saw, late night shows that lasted 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, as many as you get in. Everybody's trying to capitalize on their likeness.
Yep.
I didn't see none of that outside of the first time they all went on together. You didn't see nothing else. You didn't see it talked about. You didn't even know if guys were alive. I didn't know if guys were alive. Honestly,
that's the point.
I mean,
like
guys
that.
were hibernating. The guys went in total darkness. You know what I mean? And this team is on to the next. When your quarterback is constantly on to the next, it follows suit all the way from top to bottom.
Yep.
It's follow the leader here, baby. And that's how calm, cool, and collected this cat is, and how he just wants to win. Now, I don't buy it and put on a Super Bowl ring. I don't buy that. You put it on at some point. All right. I don't buy it. But you're not worried about it anymore. You're on to the next. How can I get my next ring? That's why I think this team's different. We are in the dynasty mode of the Philadelphia Eagles right now. So sit back, enjoy it. You go to bed and wake up in January, and we'll get ready for playoff time.
I like it.
That's how goddamn good they are. We need to stop walking around, not you two, right? The public. You need to stop walking around like it's the 1990s Philadelphia Eagles. We're the big bad mother wolf, and let's walk around talking like it, acting like it, keep talking in their damn existence. Stop worrying about shit. Look at this roster. People are worrying about cornerback number 2. Are we okay? Are we okay? When you look at the Legion of Boom, when you talk about if you have 3 cats out there that can flat out ball like we do, it's going to make the life of that cornerback 2 way easier. It made Byron Maxwell look like he was worth money. Okay. The biggest concern is, are you going to get enough out of your edge rushers because they got to take a step up? I believe you will, but that's what you got to look at, because if they get pressure, everything else works. Okay. Now it takes 2 to tango, of course, because people came on a reel last night and they're like, oh, Tom, if the corners are great, dude, we have Q, we have Coop, and we have Reed Blankenship, who's Mr. Consistency, and we have Makuba, who's going to start for this football team the second he's healthy. All right, that is 4 damn good players in your secondary. You can afford a Dory Jackson at cornerback number 2. You can afford it.
I agree.
I saw about cornerback 2.
I was watching, like it's so funny because I did the Philadelphia sports table with Jeff Warren the other day, and I didn't listen. It was before your Wednesday night show, and he asked me about the corner. I said, maybe I'm in minority here, but I'm not worried about Adoree Jackson. Like I know
No.
everybody's worried about Adoree Jackson. He's a veteran player.
Yeah.
Like I know he's not Darrelle Revis. He's not Sauce Gardner. Like I don't need him to be. Like let's relax. Like let's relax a little bit.
Keep it
like,
in perspective,
come
right?
on,
Like
man.
I don't need him to get 5 picks.
God.
I need him to compete.
Oh,
You look at this
people.
offense and you don't think it's the best team in football? Like people look at this offense and you walk around scared at night? Like you have trouble sleeping? You're worried about the start of the season? Like what are you worried about? You can go to Dallas and belt the ass them, okay? Because I tell you, stop worrying about schedules because things can change. And that's injuries, right? Well, we just so happen to get a blockbuster trade that took their best defensive player and sent him to Green Bay. So now that game on Thursday night just got easier on paper. Okay. Now, what's week 2? I don't know. Somebody might go down week 1 for whoever we play week 2 because that's why I don't know who we play week 2 because I don't give a shit.
Week to week, baby.
You got to play us. In years past, I was always worried about not in August or July, but when the season got going, who we got this week. I could care less at this point because you got to put us on your schedule and you got to play this offense. And like I said again, how are you going to defend it? Pick your poison.
I agree, man. I agree. I love it.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
That's all right. Hey, listen, real fast before we get out of here.
Yeah,
Japan, I know Japan, you were asking about picks and stuff like that. So I'll tease it a little bit. The ink isn't to the paper yet, but I won't say the name. But I'm negotiating a contract right now with a betting company. So I hope to have it wrapped up by Labor Day. And if that's the case, you'll get a Sunday night show. You will get the DFS AEVP, which is now going to be the alternative edge value play every week. You will be getting your jigsaw crazy parlays. I'm going to have all that shit, man. So new model from a specific and it's not Odd Shopper, it's not Tails. So somebody completely different. So I'm excited. I'm working it out, Tom. I'm trying. You know what I mean? They came to your boy. They came to your boy this time. So like, all right, let's talk. Let's figure it out. So yeah, Jigsaw's coming back, brother. Get your popcorn ready. I don't know if I'm gonna break the mask out, Japan, but Jigsaw's coming back on Sundays. That's for damn sure.
Giddy up. Let's go. Well, listen, great freaking show.
Hell yeah, man. Hour and 12 minutes, bro.
Hour 12. Maybe we'll see you next week. I'm watching the highlights of the Mets collapse tonight against the Marlins. So it's like it just makes me feel better about everything in life. But dude, awesome show, Tone. Great debate too. If you guys didn't listen to our what I consider, the two guys that can just go at it and love each other afterwards. Not many people can do that stuff in this business.
Yeah, we're gonna bump and grind it out.
Yeah, later, right? Go bump it. Because we talk about it, everybody's got these like egos and it's like everybody's got to be right. I just like yelling and screaming. I don't even know if I'm right or wrong. I you know what I mean? Like, and I think you're the same way. You like getting passionate. You believe in what you believe in and what you see, and we have a great debate over it.
That's what you gotta do, man. And here's the best thing: it's like we didn't script it. It's literally organic. I mean, I don't. We locked in, bro, and we were like, let's roll. It's what we're going to talk about. I don't know what your opinion is. I don't know what mine is, but that's what we're going to do. And that's the best part. We didn't go to no program director and be like, hey, can you look at my run sheet? Am I allowed to talk about this? Can we ask this question? What's the poll tonight? Like, come on, man, stop. Like, we don't need any of that. Like, we don't need any of that. It's Philly Sports Unfiltered for a reason, man. That's what it's all about. Yeah, that's my man right there. My man Albert, love the show. Out, big supporter, man. He's the guy. He's the guy, and definitely the guy.
And by the way, the Mets might have played the worst defense I've ever seen tonight. So great job sweeping us. Carry it. This has been Philly Sports Unfiltered. That's Tony Cutillo. I'm Tom Arnone. We love you all. Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's go run it back, baby.
Let's go. Go Birds.